Do street guys watch anime? Hell yeah. And what's so funny is it's been becoming more common as of late with all of the rappers coming out of the cartoon closet. But if you're a man and you have a masculine personality, anime has always been a space for us to escape. Now, I admire Japanese culture for how much they maintain their masculinity. Even through all these waves of feminism, they stayed solid. But what I appreciate anime is that it connected me to something that I was looking for some years ago. Again, I was in jail. I was upstate. I was in a hole, completely alone. No books, no radio, no TV, no people. And all of this alone time caused me to reflect on myself, on my past and my decisions. But something was bothering me more than anything else. And if you were a child and you were forced to grow up fast, then you might understand this. But I no longer knew who I was. I felt like I lost myself somehow, somewhere along my journey. It reminded me of something that I heard in Game of Thrones when a priest had said to some girl, the money that I had, the woman that I used, the gold that I wore, and the ceaseless struggle to maintain it in my position, it was all a part of a story I was telling myself about who I was, a collection of lies. I could no longer remember the simple things in life that made me happy. Food that made me smile, places I like to walk, TV shows that I like to watch. Money, power, and street shit really occupied so much of my time that I subconsciously started to bury who I really was. And ironically, it wasn't until I started contemplating about my childhood that I found who I really was. And I'm talking about 6 or 7 years old, before I even started to like women, before money became so important. The little shit that made me happy was macaroni and cheese and Hot Pockets, taking long walks by myself, especially by water, but more importantly, watching Dragon Ball Z with my dad. See, it was like our own personal time to bond, because my mom will always bounce. One thing I learned, if you want some alone time and you want a woman to leave the room, throw on some Naruto or some AOT and get comfortable. She gonna find something else to do. Trust me. See, anime is too masculine for women, almost to the point that it don't even make sense. At its core, to me, anime reminds me of the saying, boys just being boys, fighting for no other reason but the thrill of it. See, a woman don't understand, as a man, you could just be walking down the street sometime. You could be behind somebody. Now, you don't know them. They didn't do anything to harm you. But as you stare at the back of their head, something in you just say, I want to punch the shit out of him in the back of his head right now. But for real, another thing, y'all. You'd be surprised to find out how much red pill information is in anime. It's literally one of the best places to go to study human nature. Matter of fact, let me show y'all some of my favorite characters right here.
Shikamaru, that woman is one of the strongest ninja you'll ever meet. Don't let her good looks fool you.
Yeah?
After all, there's a reason she's the only female among the legendary Sannin.
Okay, but I mean a woman Hokage? Not to sound prejudiced or anything, but is that such a good idea? Come on, you know what they're like. You can never figure them out. You never know where you stand with them. The smallest things can put you on their bad side, and always playing their little mind games with you, trying to get you to do what they want. They're just a big pain, basically.
Listen, Shikamaru. Keep in mind that without women, you and I wouldn't even exist. And take my word for it, they make men better people than we'd ever be without them. Unlike us, even the strongest of them isn't afraid to be gentle with the man she loves.
It's funny to hear him talking like this. Tied to Mom's apron strings the way he is. Ugh.
Now, I don't know if I want to call Shikamaru MGTOW, because he did marry Tamari from the Sand Village. But, now this nigga's a genius. So, I'm sure he pulled out one of those Leaf Village prenups.
Everyone viewed him as the ultimate shinobi. And I once fought a battle against him, putting my own life on the line. Compared to that, this is nothing. So even if you are his descendant, what do you really have to offer? Just what can you hope to do in this battle? You cannot use wood style. Your medical ninjutsu doesn't even come close to his. And most of all, you're merely a weak woman. Weakness of any kind completely revolts me. A weak senju disgusts me even more.
Now, I love Madara like everybody else. But this nigga wasn't incel. He didn't even like bitches. Not only did Madara never have sex before, but I don't think he ever even thought of it. We just gonna put Madara in the virgin category. But I will say this. He was so legendary that he could have had any woman he wanted. But he was also so traditional in a sense that he wouldn't reproduce with anyone that wasn't another Uchiha. So after his clan betrayed him, that's how he hit the wall.
I think you rambled on for long enough.
I am a descendant of first Hokage Hashirama. I don't use wood style, that's true. My medical ninjutsu is pathetic compared to the first Hokage, who didn't need hand signs. And it is also true that I am a woman. A woman. But I am not a weak woman, far from it. Physical strength isn't everything. There's something else. Something passed down to me from the first Hokage. And that gift is what my true power is! Don't dare underestimate the will of fire!
Now, Tsunade Senju would be a feminist in every sense of the word. Let's run it down. When she was young, her boyfriend Don died. So she decided she's going to live that single Sani life. Just gambling all over the place. Now, she's so powerful and independent that she can't marry a regular guy. And the man that is her equal chased her for so many years, where she kept him in the friend zone. And she didn't even consider going out with him until after she sent him on a death mission. She really thought in her head, if Jiraiya, if you make it back, I'll consider going out with you. Now, mind you, Tsunade does not look like this. This is her knitting chakra so that she can perform a jutsu that keeps her looking young. She really looks like this. So now that she hit her second wall, I hear she's on Boruto trying to throw Kakashi the pussy. Who said the fuck anime not real?